tonight. Oh, yes. Well, first of all, to Alex, you know, she forgot to tell you one important part of that story. She's the one who got on the bus after I had to race after her first grade friends and said, well, we have to wait for a certain 40-year-old to come across the park. Well, I have to say, first of all, tonight, I must give credit to the absolutely unfailing God that I serve. One whose grace has been sufficient at every turn. I don't have enough words to say thank you to God, whose faith has been unfailing. I want to thank him so much. And just a moment ago, I received a call from Governor Hogan congratulating me on tonight's victory. Offering his congratulations and the congratulations of Yumi. And I know that we both share a very deep love for Maryland and commitment to Maryland, so I certainly want to thank him so much for his service. Now, I start off with something that is so obvious, and it's that it couldn't be overstated, but tonight absolutely could not have been possible without you. Without every single person in this room and the people of Maryland. So to the people of Maryland, thank you so very much. Thank you to Marylanders. Thank you. Now, if I named every person who shares this victory with us tonight, we'd be here for a few hours. But I can't leave the stage without thanking some very special people who made tonight possible. First and foremost, to the single most incredible, the baddest campaign team, let me tell you, ever to have graced the earth. This team is incredible, and they are led by the incomparable Sheila O'Connell, our campaign manager. Thank you so much to Sheila, who is what I love to call a super bad woman. Sheila led this, she flew this plane, no matter what the winds were, against over $100 million that was spent against our campaign. And we're here tonight for every single person on this team who gave everything they had. They left it all on the field. This was the single most talented team. I've seen every single one of them. I want to thank them so much for their commitment. I want to thank them for sharing their talents with me. And I can't wait to continue working and making your efforts worthwhile. I'd also like to thank some of our partners, Emily's List. I want to say thank you so much to Emily's List and the super incredible Jessica Mackler, Higher Heights, and Glenda Carr. There's a network across the country electing women. I want to thank them so much. And also want to thank all of our partners in labor who are here tonight, many of whom are here tonight. All of our faith leaders and faith community, want to thank them so much. To the super bad Divine Nine, my brothers and sisters of the Divine Nine. Yes, the coalition. Yeah, yes. Yes. I'd also like to say thank you so much to the Democratic Party led by Ken Ullman and also Dr. Charlene Dukes. I want to thank them so much for all their incredible support. All of my friends in elective office, don't we have the baddest captain of Team Maryland, Governor Wes Moore? I want to thank him so much. All of our friends and our federal delegation who are here tonight. You just heard from Senators Cardin and Van Hollen. I want to thank them. All of our the congressmen who are here. I see Congressman Hoyer. I want to thank him so very much. Congressman Mfume, sir, thank you so much. Congressman Sarbanes, and Congressman Raskin. Yes, Congressman Raskin. Yes, America's congressman, Congressman Ivey. I want to thank them, Rupersberger. Thank them so much for all of their support, as well as all of my other brothers and sisters in elective service who are here tonight, from the state senate, our delegation, our council members, all the Democratic Central Committee members who worked so hard on this campaign. To all of our volunteers, all of Team Alsobrooks, all of Team Alsobrooks, every single volunteer, thank you not just for believing in this movement, but I thank you for working so hard to take the movement to the people. So for every single volunteer who opened your home, who met us in coffee houses, met us in backyards, for all the donors who contributed, I want to just say thank you so much for every phone call and every door knock. Thank you so very much. And to the people, thank you, that's Wanda Durant, you guys. To the people of Maryland, especially the folks who came out. Now, you all know we started a little later tonight. And you know why that was? It's because our college students and first-time voters, so many of them showed up at the polls tonight. They had to keep the polls open later because our children came out to vote tonight. And so I want to just say thank you to them, and also want to just give a special shout out to my hometown, Prince George's County, the ones who I love so much. You know, I woke up this morning to my neighbors who lined my street and hosted a pep rally for me as I left my neighborhood. And I want you to know that this is the Prince George's County that I have known. The people who cheer each other on, where greatness grows. At times we struggle together and we work to build a better future for all of our children. And to those Marylanders whose support I have yet to earn, I may not have won your vote, but I want you to know that I hear your voice, and I will be your senator too. And then thank you most especially to the most amazing family this side of heaven. Thank you first of all to my super incredible big sister, Kimberly Seymour, who is my protector and my hero, the best sister in the world. And you know, Kim, we're going to be up pretty late tonight. We're going to be celebrating this one for a moment. I'd also like to thank my parents, James and Patricia Alsobrooks, my two heroes, right over there, whose values I hope you see reflected in me every day. And you see as well their love, the profound love that they taught me for other people. As well, you see their grit, their determination, and the work ethic that they passed on to me. So Mom and Dad, you may not have seen this coming, but I tell you, I thank you so much for making every day of it possible. Thank you so much. To my grandparents who would have loved to have been here tonight, but whose legacy I carry on, I thank them so much. There are two other people that I want to thank. Cora Masters-Berry, I know is somewhere in the room. I want to thank Cora Masters-Berry. And George Hazel, where are you, George Hazel? I want to thank the two of them as well for their love. Now, it's remarkable to think that in 2 years, America will celebrate its 250th birthday. And in all those years, there have been more than 2,000 people who have served in the United States Senate. And only 3 have looked like me. And so I want to salute all of those who came before me, who made it possible for me to stand on this stage tonight, whose sacrifices and stories I will continue to carry with me. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every Marylander. To serve this state, my hometown, is the honor of a lifetime. And there are few places, be clear, like Maryland. Marylanders are absolutely amazing people. Absolutely amazing people. And I know how amazing they are because I've had the great honor of traveling all across this state, meeting Marylanders where they live, where they love, where they worship, where they build businesses, where they educate their children, and where they dream of a better day. And I stand here tonight for all those people who dream of a better day. We stand tonight united as one Maryland. And to each and every Marylander, I say this: I will make your care my concern, your hope, my focus, and your dreams, my work in the days and years to come. And to the people who did not vote in this election, I want you to know that I see you too, and that I will never stop working to prove that public service, that the work we do can and must change the lives of people for the better. And lastly, I stand here tonight for my North Star, for my reason for being, my incredible daughter, Alexandra. Alex should know that I first ran for public office because of her. And I ran for the Senate because of all of you, for the young people and the elders of our country, about the future that you one day will inherit, and the country that I know we all can be. I know that we can be a country that yells less and listens more, that fears less and trusts more, where we see the humanity in each other before the hateful word. And as divided as we may feel, in America, I still believe there is no us against them. There is only us. And with the right leadership, we can get back to a place where we celebrate each other more, where we see the humanity in people before the hateful word or the hateful deed, a place where our economy is fairer and our democracy is stronger, a place where women's health is protected, where hard work is rewarded, and where government exists not to eliminate our freedoms, but to celebrate and advance them. A place where you and your generation and all the generation, our kids' generations, can enter the workforce, knowing that not only will you have a chance to achieve the American dream, but that your children will also be able to achieve their dreams as well. And I've often said, and I'll say it again, the number one issue as I've traveled across the state is economic opportunity. And it is my great desire that each of our families, that all of us will not live on the margins, but it is my desire that you will live beyond your wildest dreams. That is what I will work for. And a place where you have no doubt that you can dream and be whatever you want in this country. And so to Alex, to all of our children, to all of our parents, I say to you that this is the America that I will continue to work for, to make it work for each one of you so that you can experience the American dream, that we together can reinforce the values that we share as Americans, the democracy that we believe in, that we believe in freedom and human rights, that we believe our leaders should have integrity and be decent people. This is what we will continue to fight for. And as I've said a few months ago in Chicago, it's always darkest before the dawn. And you heard me say that we have endured for a night, and now joy cometh in the morning. And I want you to know that I am still hopeful that we will learn later tonight that that joy will be led by a woman, by my friend, our next president, Kamala Harris. Tomorrow begins the hard work of making every day that comes the next a little better than the one before it. And that's a fight worth fighting. And that's a fight we are going to win. And so again, I say to each of you, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. What a wonderful honor. I can't wait to be your next senator, representing you in the Senate of the United States. And let me say one other thing before I leave. How lucky have we been to have Senator Ben Cardin representing us as senator from the great state of Maryland, a man whose integrity and brilliance not only benefited Marylanders, but benefited our whole country. And so I say to Senator Ben Cardin, we thank you so much, sir. Myrna, his wife, is here as well. I want to thank the two of them so much for their service. We love you so much, and we thank you. I'd also be remiss if I did not acknowledge one other person. I wanted two people. My pastor, John K. Jenkins, and Trina Jenkins are here tonight. I certainly want to salute them and thank them so much for their love and their guidance. Thank you so much. I love all of you. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much.
Maryland, overwhelmingly, decisively, and lovingly. Maryland, we just voted to codify abortion rights inside of Maryland's Constitution. We just voted to send Kamala Harris to the White House to become the next president of the United States. And we just voted overwhelmingly, decisively, and lovingly to send our friend Angela Alsobrooks to the United States Senate. Y'all, we did a thing. And I gotta tell y'all, I wanna say thank you to this state and this crew, because 2 years ago, I was humbled and honored that together we made history. And now tonight, I stand with y'all tonight, humbled and honored that tonight we made herstory. And let me tell you something. We did something more than just make herstory tonight. What we also did is making sure that Maryland, we are sending a fighter to Capitol Hill. We are sending someone to Capitol Hill who is going to ensure that we can codify Roe and once again make that the law of the land in the United States. We're sending someone to Capitol Hill who's going to focus on making sure that Congress works to get these illegal guns out of our neighborhoods and out of our streets and make our communities safer. We're sending a fighter to Capitol Hill who's going to ensure that we can create an economy that works for everybody and give working class families the tax relief that they so greatly deserve. We are sending someone to Capitol Hill who sees us, who shares our values, who understands in the words of Scripture that no weapon formed against us shall prosper. And who never loses focus as to who she's fighting for. And so I want to tell y'all, people have asked me and they said, you know, why was it so important to get behind Angela so early? And I said, because the answer was simple. Because we love our state. And we believe in its people. And we believe that our state deserves the kind of leadership that will stand up for us, that will fight for us, and that will defend us, and does not need polls, and does not need other people in their ear to tell them what's important. They understand what's important, they understand what they will fight for, and they understand what it takes to get it done. And when I look at Angela, I don't just see a great leader. I see my daughter. I see my wife. I see my sisters. I see my mom. I see all of those who came before us, who I know right now, they are smiling from ear to ear and they are watching us from up high. And they are looking at us and they are saying, Maryland, we understood the assignment and we got the job done. And so for each and every one of you, listen, I know our voices are hoarse. I know our knuckles are raw. We have no skin left from all the doors you knocked on. I know your family members are sick of hearing from you. Say, I know, I voted. I got it. And the rest is coming. Because I'm telling you, tonight, Maryland, we did a good thing. Tonight, Maryland, we did a joyous thing. Tonight, Maryland, we did a blessed thing. And we are going to do something by sending Angela Alsobrooks to Capitol Hill. She is someone who's going to make a contribution to the world, but someone who will proudly and always say, but she's ours. And so to Maryland, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all the work. Thank you for all of the effort. Thank you for the push. Thank you for the fight. Thank you again. Because I'm telling you, y'all, we have someone who's going to fight for us. And generations from now, we'll be able to look at the impact that Senator Alsobrooks is going to make, and they're going to look back at this crowd with pride and say, thank you for making it happen. So God bless you, Maryland. Tonight we celebrate, tomorrow we get to work, and we did a thing, Maryland, didn't we? God bless y'all, and thank you so much, everybody.
I just spoke with County Executive Alsobrooks, and I congratulated her on a hard-fought victory. And in our nation's history, only 3 African-American women have ever served in the United States Senate. Tonight, regardless of who you voted for, we can all take pride in the election of the first black woman to represent Maryland in the United States Senate. As governor, I had the privilege of working closely with Angela. She's a dedicated public servant, and all of us should wish her much success. And Yumi and I offer our best wishes and our prayers to Angela and her family. But now is the time for us to come together and to move forward as one state and one nation, to respect the will of the voters and the outcome of the democratic process. And I want to thank every single one of you in this room tonight. Give yourselves all a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to say thanks to my wife, Yumi, who inspired me to get into this race, and my entire family. Give them a big round of applause. I stepped up to run because I was concerned about what kind of a future we would be leaving for all of our kids and grandkids. And for me, the greatest title wasn't governor or senator, it's dad and pop-pop. I also want to thank our incredible campaign staff. Please give them a round of applause. They did an amazing job. And the thousands of volunteers all across the state who worked their butts off. You know, some campaigns drag on for years, but this one was a 9-month sprint. We ran full speed from day one, from early mornings and late nights to every corner of the state, knocking on doors, making calls and meeting voters from Oakland to Ocean City and everywhere in between. And we built a broad coalition of Republicans, Democrats, and independents, and we brought together first responders, police, veterans, longshoremen, teachers, small business owners, young people and retirees, and hardworking families all across this state. This was truly a grassroots campaign. And most of all, I want to thank my fellow Marylanders, especially all those in deep blue Maryland who were willing to put country over party and split their tickets. If the pundits and the politicians were more like the good and decent people that I meet every day on the campaign trail, our country would be so much better off. We got into this race for the right reasons, to fix the broken politics and to put our country on the right track. And we ran the kind of campaign that represents what politics can be and what it should be, driven by the people, not the party bosses, and focused on the issues that actually matter to families all across Maryland. From day one, this was the only campaign in America that reached out to Republicans, Democrats, and independents alike, because that's what it's going to take to solve the serious problems we face. Americans today are thoroughly convinced that we're hopelessly divided, that Washington is completely dysfunctional, and that our entire political system is fundamentally broken. The voices of the exhausted majority are ignored in deference to the demands of the loudest and angriest few who seem hell-bent on tearing America apart. No matter what happens in this election, we as a country must move beyond talking only with those we agree with, and we need to stop dismissing or even hating those we disagree with. We have got to find a way to come together, to listen, and to believe in each other once again, because there really is far more that unites us than divides us. While tonight did not bring the outcome we had hoped for, we can all hold our heads high. I can tell you, we left it all on the field, and I'm so damn proud of the effort. Thank you all. Thank you all. And we proved that campaigns can be about so much more than just red versus blue. I kept stressing that we need to get back to the red, white, and blue. Though this chapter ends tonight, our work and our commitment to a brighter future and a better path forward will continue. The stakes are far too high for any of us to walk away and just sit on the sidelines. So to everyone who stood with us in this cause, who worked, fought, and believed in this campaign, let me say this. You should never apologize for standing up for decency and common sense. Never give in to fear or cynicism, and never, ever give up on the work of changing Maryland and America for the better. Thank you. God bless you all, and may God bless the great state of Maryland and the United States of America.